Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wealthy Brains. Bitcoin has had an incredible few weeks, adding a staggering 35% over the last month and muscling back into a bull run that could be just getting started. Who is billionaire Bill Miller? William H. Miller III is an American investor, fund manager, and philanthropist. He served as the chairman and chief investment officer of Legg Mason Capital Management, as well as the principal portfolio manager of the Legg Mason Capital Management Value Trust. He is the portfolio manager of the former Legg Mason Opportunity Trust mutual funds, now housed at his own firm, Miller Value Partners. Bill Miller, a star fund manager who was brought to his knees during the financial crisis, has staged a remarkable comeback and became a billionaire thanks to Amazon and Bitcoin. Luckily for Miller, he had started investing in Amazon soon after it went public in 1997, and he'd boosted his stake in the e-commerce group after the dot-com bubble burst. Though he was forced to sell some of his shares when investors pulled money out of his funds in 2008, he also snapped up bullish call options on Amazon stock when it was tanked that year. Amazon shares on a split-adjusted basis have skyrocketed to about $3,300 from less than $40 in November of 2008. Miller told Green last year that the position made up 83% of his personal portfolio and that he was likely the largest individual shareholder of Amazon, whose name, and I mean the last name, isn't Bezos. Excluding Mackenzie Scott, who divorced Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and dropped his last name in 2019. Miller's Bitcoin bet has surpassed his Amazon stake in value. He told Green in the recent Barron's interview. He started buying when it cost $200 to $300 a coin, and his average cost is about $500. He said, Bitcoin has surged by more than 600% since the start of the last year, to about $50,000, suggesting Miller has scored a roughly 10,000% gain on his investment. The Bitcoin price fell to under $4,000 per Bitcoin in March as the coronavirus pandemic sparked panic among investors, but endorsements from high-profile investors and Wall Street giants helped Bitcoin make a stunning rebound, hitting $50,000 per Bitcoin last week. Now, Wall Street legend Bill Miller, the founder of investment manager Miller Value Partners, has said he strongly recommends Bitcoin at current prices, branding it the single best performing asset class in the last year, 5-year and 10-year periods. Bitcoin has been very volatile, but I think right now its staying power gets better every day, Miller told CNBC. Bitcoin has found support through 2020 due to increased interest in digital assets from Wall Street and as a hedge against the inflation that some big investors think is coming as a result of unprecedented coronavirus spending and money printing, furthering its reputation as digital gold. I think every major bank, every major investment bank, every major high net worth firm is going to eventually have some exposure to Bitcoin, or what's like it, which is gold or some kind of commodities, Miller said, adding that he thinks inflation is coming back due to the Federal Reserve gunning the money supply. Earlier this year, Bitcoin went through a scheduled supply cut, known as halving, putting it at odds with central bank quantitative easing and stimulus measures. The Bitcoin story is very easy. It's supply and demand, Miller said. Bitcoin supply is growing at around 2.5% a year, and the demand is growing faster than that. There is a wave of high-end opinions going on around the cryptocurrency ecosystem at the moment. Fund managers and institutional investors are once again becoming more vocal about what they think will happen to Bitcoin, altcoins, and the blockchain ecosystem as a whole. The vibe from a lot of users and opinion leaders portrays that could be another significant era in the life of cryptocurrencies and the flagship cryptocurrency in particular. Bitcoin is growing less risky. In an interview with Bloomberg, the founder and CIO of Miller Value Partners, Bill Miller gave a positive assessment to Bitcoin by describing it as an interesting technological experiment, though he thinks that most other cryptocurrencies are worthless. Bitcoin, as of the time of writing, trades above $8,000 a mark, a factor that Miller identifies to be significant in the stability and belief in the cryptocurrency. Unlike in the past with the cryptocurrency traded around a $100 mark, there is less panic in the industry today. Every day that it doesn't blow up or go to zero or get regulated out of existence, more money flows into the ecosystem, Miller said. With over 1,600 cryptocurrencies in existence today, Miller believes that a large number of those are practically worthless and of no value. He confirms Bitcoin as the most valuable of them all, followed by Ether. Bitcoin is like gold. Miller notes that the best way to think about Bitcoin at this moment is as a non-correlated asset most similar to gold. Other potentials of Bitcoin that he points out include its possibility to become a payment system, a viable currency, and the likelihood of central banks around the world to think of it as another potential asset. Despite all the analysis going on at the moment about Bitcoin and the entire ecosystem, the controversy that surrounds it wouldn't seem to go away for some time to come. Issues of regulation, the size of the market, which are all factors that reflect in the characteristic volatility of the cryptocurrency market, do not seem to be being resolved very soon. There is a wave of high-end opinions going on around the cryptocurrency ecosystem at the moment. Fund managers and institutional investors are once again becoming more vocal about the whole thing and what they think will happen to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's reputation as digital gold has grown this year, with a number of high-profile investors naming it as an emerging inflation hedge. Now, after Wall Street legend Bill Miller said he strongly recommends Bitcoin last week, billionaire US investor Stanley Druckenmiller has revealed that he owns some Bitcoin, saying he's warmed up to the cryptocurrency now as a store of value. Bitcoin could be an asset class that has a lot of attraction as a store of value to both millennials and the new West Coast money, and as you know, they got a lot of it. Druckenmiller, who along with George Soros famously bet against the British pound in 1992 and made massive profits, told CNBC this week. It's been around for 13 years, and with each passing day, it picks up more of its stabilization as a brand. Druckenmiller, after made headlines last week for his bearish views on the US dollar, said he expects his Bitcoin bet to work better than gold, though he holds a gold position that is many more times larger than his current Bitcoin holding. The gold price is currently just under its all-time high of around $2,000 an ounce set earlier this year. The gold price is currently just under its all-time high of around $2,000 an ounce set around earlier this year, adding 30% over the last 12 months and benefiting from many of the same trends that have lifted Bitcoin through 2020. Worries about the coronavirus pandemic, lower for longer interest rates, and inflation fears. Frankly, if the gold bet works, the Bitcoin bet will probably work better because it's thinner, more illiquid, and has a lot more beta to it, said Druckenmiller, reversing comments he made in 2018 when he said he didn't want to own Bitcoin. Druckenmiller, who shut down his $12 billion hedge fund Dequesque Capital Management in 2010 and now manages his money through a family office, also said that inflation is likely to rise over the next 5 or 6 years due to the Federal Reserve's massive stimulative measures put in place to offset the economic damage wrought by the pandemic. Alongside a raft of high-profile investors turning to Bitcoin this year, the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency community has also been celebrating a number of other significant developments. That is all for today, folks. Would you like to add anything? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you all in the next video.